My name's Rich, welcome back to Me, My Bike and I. In today's video I thought I'd do a quick appraisal of the sorts of things I carry on my motorbike in the case of a breakdown. So everything on my Yamaha Phaser is stored under the seat and it's very easy to access. Surprisingly spacious under here. Not all bikes have got so much room, but this one very generous. So over the back there is actually a very small first aid kit. It's just got plasters, a few little swabs, bandages and some alcohol wipes, little things of that nature. So it's a good little kit to get you out of trouble if you have a little minor accident that you need to attend to, a few cuts and things like that. Clearly anything more serious is going to require a bit of external assistance, and this is just for a sort of a carry for a trip away really. This item here is just a headband torch, very bright, and if you break down at night you're going to definitely need that. It does come with a USB charger, you just need to make sure it's fully charged up before you go on a long trip, and it's kind of multifunction. It's got a couple of levels of brightness on the band and a spotlight for getting into those little corners. Just pop that back in there and I'll show you what's in here. So this is a multimeter, and the only difference is that it's essentially miniaturized for convenience of carrying on a bike. It does everything that a full size one does, and you can use it when you're out and about to check to see, for example, if you've got a no start situation, maybe you've got a duff battery, maybe you've got a charging fault, and you can quickly determine that if you've got one of these. You can also use it on the ohms function to find any little breaks in continuity if you've got some wiring issues. At some point what I will do is fit a voltmeter and just connect it directly to the battery and have it on display, because it's always useful to see what charge you've got being pumped into the battery whilst you're running, and that gives you a good indication live and on the go that you don't have a charging issue, so that you don't get any nasty surprises when you do try and restart the bike. Next is my mini portable compressor. So you just connect the little crocodile clips up to the battery terminals, get the engine running, and then connect up the tyre valve right there, just to give yourself a little bit of a boost on the go if you need to. And then of course the mainstay of my kit, all wrapped up in my tool roll. Let's get that out and have a look. So this cost me just about £3 or £4 because I just bought the tool roll empty on an online store, and I essentially filled it up with stuff from my toolkit. So it's a very comprehensive set. What I've got essentially are a set of sockets. They are 1/4 inch square drive. You can see I've got a couple of different T-bars there, and these range from 5 to 14 mil, so they cover all of the sort of main things on the bike that you'll need. Again, I've got spanners which are both open-ended and ring spanners. They range from 8 to 14 mil, so complementing the sockets, and to go with them a sort of small set of Allen keys, which I don't use in the home garage because I have a much more robust and larger set, so they're ideal for this tool roll. Coming along here, we've got a few bits with the multi-screwdriver there, so you've got a few JIS bits, some Torx, some hex sockets, some flat blades, etc. So they should cover most of the sizes on the bike. And then I've got a set of mole grips, and to complement those, just some pliers, obviously with the ability to strip wires and obviously grip at the same time. And then I've got a disposable blade for cutting, slicing, doing whatever I need to. Just on here I've got another screwdriver. That's just a regular old Phillips, and on there I've got a couple of windings of tape. So this is more like a fabric tape to make a kind of a sheath around anything, and this is electrical insulating tape, so that's a kind of a nice little reserve if I need to remake a connection. And over now I've got some connectors and things, and then just in here I've got some cable ties, so if you do need to pull any wiring out and sort of cut anything to get to it, make it more easy, you can put it all back again with some fresh ties. Just in here I've got a small set just to sort of complement these of multi-screwdriver bits. That's actually quite old, but I popped it in there just for some additional things to put in. And then in here, this is pretty much the only thing that I bought specifically for this. Let's just split, so I'm going to need to take that up. And these are for puncture repairs. So if you get you know, a nail or a screw or something like that in your tyre, you can just wind it out, and then these do stay in these little containers airtight. There's dozens of them, and you just screw them back in place, and then this sort of goo here, when it hits the atmosphere, apparently seals it up, which is why they're kept in there airtight. I have it on good authority, they work really well, but I've never tested them. Just here I've got a couple of hose clamps, and then over here I've got some spare wire in case I need to remake any connections, which again, sort of the purpose of having the multimeter etc on the bike. And in there I've got a few connectors, female and male, and sort of ring connectors, blades etc. And I do also, you probably can't see it, I've got I think 2 spare fuses of every fuse that's on the bike, so there's plenty there. And the very last thing I've got is a bit of sandpaper off one of my little sanding belts. Again, just in case you need to repair a connection, if something's got dirty. Had situations before where I've been out and about and indicators have stopped working, taken it apart and just had to clean up the contacts, etc. Something like that works really, really well. But the key thing is to use it for all those little jobs rather than going to your main tools. When I first thought about putting a tool roll together, because this bike is 24 years old, and when I acquired the bike it didn't have a tool kit on it. A lot of bikes do have, they normally come with them from new, even the very, very old bikes. It's just a question of whether it's still on the bike when you acquire it. But my top box came loose when I was out and about and I couldn't do anything about it. So when I put this tool kit together, I just tested it out to see what it actually could do, and I do think it's actually quite versatile. So it's really important that you do give it a try and see what sort of use you are going to get out of it, because you might find that there's things that you still need that you can then just dig around and put into the set. So just a short video showing you what I take with me on my motorcycle everyday carry. Leave a comment and let me know what you take out with you and what you wouldn't be without.